Welcome back everyone to Near World, bringing the world nearer to you. Today's video will be the continuation of our series in the Canary Islands. Today we'll be going to San Cristobal de la Laguna, which is the only town in the Canary Islands which is protected by the UNESCO, and it also used to be the capital of the Canary Islands. San Cristobal de la Laguna is considered to be the Florence of the Canarian archipelago due to its beautiful churches, fountains and houses. It was the first city that was founded by the Spanish all those years ago. We are now going to show you how to get to this amazing town from Santa Cruz by tram. Come with us and we'll show you how to get there.
If you want to get to San Cristobal de la Laguna from Santa Cruz to Tenerife, it's not that difficult at all, because the two cities are connected by trams and buses. In our case, we decided to go with tram, because it is the easiest and most convenient way to get to the town. You need to find line 1 in direction to La Trinidad, which is the last stop of the journey. Right now we are at La Fundación tram stop. One tram ticket costs only €1.35. And in total the whole journey takes only 30 minutes. So everyone, we finally got to San Cristobal de la Laguna, and I've got to say that I went on the internet to see what places to see here in this lovely town, and they say that one of the main places that you must visit when you come here is Plaza de los Adelantados. Now, the reason why this square was named, or this spot was named Plaza de los Adelantados, it was actually a granted title by the Crown of Castile in honor of Alonso Fernandez, who was the man who conquered Tenerife. And there is another reason why they named this place Los Adelantados, and that's because this was the first place to have a university on the archipelago. And adelantado means to be advanced. That means that they were, like, intellectually speaking, advanced. As soon as you step into the beautiful and colorful street of San Cristobal de la Laguna, you realize why this place was declared in 1999 a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It is because it was founded in the late 15th century, right after the colonization of the 7 islands at the time. Now they are officially 8 due to the fact that La Graciosa became an independent island. In any case, this place is definitely a very important strategic place in Spanish history, due to the fact that all the ships will stop here before going to the New World. That's why, in my opinion, architecturally and culturally speaking, the Canary Islands have more resemblance with the Latin American countries than with mainland Spain. One of the oldest and most unique examples of Spanish Canary architecture is Casa de los Capitanes Generales, which is an old house built in the 1600s by Diego Alvarado Bracamonte, who at the time was a very important general on the island. Here, you can access this lovely place without paying any fee, and you can appreciate the beautiful patios and its wonderful and fantastic architecture. This place is so similar to those patios you can find in places like Cartagena of Indias in Colombia, or like Lima, Peru, or like Granada, Nicaragua. It's so magical and perfect. It's just, this is just like perfection. Anyone would like to have a house with a patio in the middle, imagine.
Something else which is very interesting to know about this town is that this town was used as a blueprint for other towns across the American continent, including Santo Domingo and Havana. Also, what's very important to know is that because of the inland location, this town was never raided by pirates, unlike other towns across Tenerife.
Right now we decided to have a break right at this lovely cafe. Since San Cristobal is a hoity-toity town, one of the best things you can do is to stop in one of the many cafes in the town to enjoy a nice, lovely cup of coffee. So everyone, right now we are standing by the main cathedral of San Cristobal de la Laguna, which is also the seat of the diocese of the Catholic Church, not just of the city but also of the whole entire island. Even though the cathedral is situated right in the heart of the old town, you are going to find quite shocking the fact that this current building was built between 1904 and 1915. However, it was built on top of an old hermitage built by the Spaniards in the 1500s. You can enter this lovely cathedral paying a fee of €6, which in my opinion is quite worth it because the interior is majestic. There is something I deeply enjoyed about Spain, and that's the fact that you can go to all the regions throughout the country and you are going to find different architectural styles, different cultures, different languages, and etc. For example, apart from the fact that this place is a lot warmer than mainland Spain, I feel like if I was in a different country, due to the fact that it is unique and rather different from all the regions back in the peninsula.
If you want to know more about the colonization of this island, you have to come straight away to the Museum of Anthropology and History. Here you'll find out a lot more information about the colonial past.
As you know, the Canary Islands were not always part of Spain. In fact, the conquest of the islands took place even before the unification of Spain itself. The Crown of Castile conquered the Canary Islands between 1402 and 1496. This event is described as the first instance of European settler colonialism in Africa. The first inhabitants of the islands were the Wanchas people. I have even heard from so many people that the Spaniards practiced here how to colonize other territories. Although I don't share that point of view with them, I'm quite proud of my Spanish heritage. As my DNA is half Native American and half Spanish, so there is nothing to be ashamed about. There is a lovely display of tools used throughout history in agriculture, fishing, and also you can see some of the sports that are native and only practiced here on the islands. You can also find plenty of information about the emigration of the Canarian people to countries like Cuba and Venezuela. Once again, that's why I believe that there is a lot of resemblance between the Canary Islands and the Latin American countries. Being one of them, the accent, because the Canarian accent is really similar to the Latin American accent, especially those ones from Venezuela and Cuba. As the museum was originally built as a house, you're going to find a lovely garden in its interior. Right here you can also appreciate a dragon tree, which is endemic to the islands. Right after the museum we felt kind of hungry. Therefore, we went to one of the many restaurants in the town to have a nice Canarian lunch. We first ordered almogrote, which is a soft paste made from hard cheese, peppers, olive oil, garlic, and other ingredients, which is typically eaten spread on toast. It is native to La Gomera in the Canary Islands. As a second dish, we decided to order papas arrugadas, which are very typical in the Canary Islands as well. They normally are served with a pepper garlic sauce called mojo rojo and mojo verde. And then we went for some codfish croquettes. Believe me, they were absolutely mouth-watering. They actually were the best croquettes I've ever eaten in my life. And we left the best for the end. We ordered some grilled cheese with sweet pepper. It was absolutely delicious. This is something you would never or almost never find in mainland Spain. Richly and I adore this dish. We would normally find it in Latin America, so that's why we were very happy to find it here. Today has been a wonderful day. Now we need to move on to our next spot. Right now we're standing outside the oldest church here in La Laguna, which is Nuestra Señora de la Concepción Church. In 1947 was declared an asset of cultural interest. You can spot its prominent tower from almost everywhere in the town. The site of the church was established by the conqueror Alfonso Fernández de Lugo after the celebration of the feast of Corpus Christi in 1496. The Church of the Conception was founded in 1511, which makes it the oldest church on the whole entire island of Tenerife. After all this walking, I feel like having another drink, but this time I would like to have a cold one. Someone recommended us this place, that's why we decided to come and check it out.
So guys, if you want to enjoy a nice milkshake, or in my case also a nice shot of honey rum, come to the Museo Café de Cayetano Gomez.
This place is definitely one of my top recommendations for those ones who would like to enjoy a nice drink in a lovely garden, not just because of the museum, but because of the relaxing environment that there is right here. What a big shame that we came for only one day to San Cristóbal de la Laguna, but I would definitely like to come back in the future. What is clear to me is that we should not compare San Cristóbal with Florence, because this city is just as historical, beautiful, important and unique in its own way.
So unfortunately we've come to the end of our vlog here in La Laguna, which is very sad. However, don't worry, because tomorrow we're going to go on a new adventure to Puerto de la Cruz.
And that means that there is another story coming up. I would like to say thank you very much for watching this vlog, and don't forget, if you like it, subscribe to the channel and give us a thumbs up. See you next time in a new video.